gear nerds? Grady Hansen here with Guitar Gear How To. So, I haven't put out a video for a while because I've actually been busy hunting. Got an elk, been getting some pheasants with my puppies, and I've also been building a guitar. And I documented a whole bunch of it and had planned on kind of doing a beginner's, video for somebody who was building a DIY guitar for the first time, like I was. So I was just gonna make this big long video and have you guys come with me on that journey. But it would be a 2-hour deal. So what I wanted to do is kind of give some pointers to people that might be thinking about getting one of those guitar kits. Like, I got the S-Style Strat style guitar kit from STUMAC, and it was like $200, and it says it comes with everything you need to build a guitar. No, it doesn't. I had to buy a few things, and in that I learned a few lessons. Number one, you're gonna need a few things to build this thing that it does not come with. Like, for instance, their neck radius tool is a cutout on a piece of paper so that you can radius your neck. If you don't know what that's about, look up some videos on neck radius. Anyways, I ordered a kit from eBay that came with a whole bunch of them. And I don't know how accurate they are. It matched up to the one that they gave me as a cutout. So, and I got it for fairly cheap. It was like $10 for a whole set of them. And so far, so good. Another thing that it does not come with is a neck leveling file. My biggest, strongest recommendation on the neck leveling file: if you're going to order one, don't go cheap. I went cheap on eBay. It was like $4, right? They sent me this. I'm pretty sure it's even sharp right here. I'm pretty sure somebody cut a part off of some cheap office furniture and sent this to me. And luckily, before I used it, I actually took a straight edge ruler. Not this one. This is my little mechanics rule. But I actually took a ruler to make sure, before I started filing on my frets, to make sure this thing was straight, and it was not. There's not a straight piece on this thing. It's a piece of garbage. The only reason I kept it as long as I did is to show it in this video. So what I ended up doing was going down to a local steel shop and just having them cut me off a piece of this steel tubing, and then I used double-sided tape and put my 400 grit sandpaper on it. But I still made sure that this thing was dead nuts flat with a ruler. And actually one side kind of had some little, so I marked what side to use, and I used this to level my frets. Now, if you're lost on all these things I'm talking about, you can do what I did. I watched tons of videos before I even ordered this kit on all the things that I was going to have to do to build this guitar. So another mistake I made was buying a cheap fret crowning file. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but this is the one I bought, and there's just ridges in there inside the slots to apparently file and crown your frets. I paid like $7 for this. It's garbage. I ended up ordering another cheap one, but only after watching a couple of videos on YouTube from some of these DIY guitar kit builder guys, and I ended up getting a Baroque brand, Baroque, Baroque. And this one actually worked really well. It's got like diamond-like things in the file slots, and it worked really good. It was like $25. So spend the money on that, and you don't have to buy a fret leveling tool. You can do it. I mean, they didn't even charge me for this at the metal shop there. I was like, well, how much? And he was like, dude, just take it. So there you go. I mean, if they were to charge you, it'd be like $1. Or just find something flat and put some sandpaper on it. Another thing that you're going to need is for the nut on the guitar, you're going to need some nut slot files. They're really expensive. I couldn't find any cheap ones. What I did find was at Norco, they like sell the medical stuff, but they also sell stuff for welding and for blowtorches and stuff like that. And I got this cleaning kit. It's actually a cleaning kit to clean out the tip of your blowtorch. There we go. It was like $4. And it basically comes with a whole bunch of different gauges of little round files. And I actually went through, you see some tape on some of them. I actually went through with my electric caliper measurer, and I actually found the ones that were as close to the string gauge that I planned on using on this guitar as I could, and using these to file the slots in my nut. There's a bunch of videos out there on how to do that. I'm not going to take you through any of that. I'm just going to take you through some of the things I learned the hard way doing this for the first time. Another big one was the stain that I attempted to first use on my guitar. I went with Varathane brand stain, and I was trying to go black. What I was trying to do was, I seen this guy made this really cool video. He used ash. He had an ash body on his guitar, and I've got mahogany, but I was still hoping to pull it off. He used a metallic silver wood filler on a black stained guitar, and it just came out really awesome. And so I was trying to go for that. So I went down to the Home Depot, and I found some ebony black Varathane brand wood stain, and I think it was water-based. Anyways, I put that on the body of my guitar, and it went on like paint, and it turned into this sticky, ugly freaking mess. And I had to sand my body all the way back down to wood and start over. And because I had put that stuff on and it penetrated the wood, when I did get some real oil-based stain, I ended up going with Minwax oil-based stain. It didn't want to penetrate. And so my guitar didn't come out black like I wanted it to. It came out like this. It still looks great, I think. It's kind of got a see-through, natural worn look now. But anyways, yeah, that stuff is garbage. Get Minwax or something else. Maybe something from STUMAC. Pay the little bit of extra money. Another thing about this guitar kit is, you seen when I held up this back here, I don't have the back plate on because the bridge that it came with is actually sticking out higher than the body. I can't put that cover on there as of yet. It's supposed to be a tremolo bridge. It's not. It's a turd. The only thing I upgraded as far as that kind of hardware goes is I did get some D'Addario locking tuners that also snip off the end of the string when you start tuning it, which is kind of cool. And I also got a local company here in Boise, Idaho. They're called Porter. They make outstanding guitars, and they make outstanding pickups. And I had them build me a custom pick guard, and they put their Ricochet model. So they're called Porter. These are Porter Ricochets. And look at these pickups, you guys. Look at this pick guard. I mean, absolutely stunning. You've never seen pickups like that. These are single coil pickups. They look like humbuckers, but if you note, there's only one set of posts. They're just in a triangle shape. And so they give you a little bit thicker of a sound than an ordinary single coil. And I actually had them custom wrap my bridge pickup with a little thicker gauge wire just to get a little more output out of it. And it sounds beautiful. I mean, these guys, these guys do outstanding work. As a matter of fact, I couldn't help myself when I was there picking up my pick guard. I actually bought a guitar from them. This is called their Croesus Porter, and I'll probably end up doing a whole separate video about it, but I had to show it off. It's got a dog hair finish on it, and what's amazing about this Croesus is this pick guard is actually sitting flush with the body, and there's steel thread inserts for the screws that hold the pick guard on. So it's a quick change pick guard, and they have seven different variations of loaded pick guards that you can swap in and out of this to totally change the character of the guitar. They leveled the frets under tension. They've got one of those deals, like the next best thing to have a plecked guitar. So the action on this is crazy low. It's crazy awesome. When I first sat down to play it in his shop, I kind of felt stupid. Like I couldn't even play guitar because I was so used to having to mash down on strings more that I couldn't even play it at first because the action is just so delicate, and you just stroke it like a ladies. Oh yeah, and check out the hopefully you can see that, the tuners, open geared tuners. They're locking ones too. All their hardware, I think, is made by Hip Shop. So the bridge, everything is outstanding. Outstanding sounding, outstanding playing guitar. We'll do another one on that. Like when I get my new pick guard for it, maybe I'll do a little video on how easy it is to just swap out pick guards on that Porter Croesus and get a whole new guitar just for the price of a loaded pick guard, you know. But anyway, so this is my completed, I'm calling it the Ghetto Caster. My son shaped the headstock for me. I didn't like it at first. I wanted to call it the Platocaster because it looked like some kind of weird duckbill platypus or something, but it's kind of grown on me. And you can see, and here's what the back of the neck looks like, because I tried staining the maple too. And because of that first crappy Varathane stain that I put on that I was telling you about, I couldn't get nothing to stick. So I ended up sanding this down in some spots just to give it a naturally kind of worn see-through look. And it's nowhere near what I was trying to do, but I'm still happy with the way this guitar turned out. It's not quite playable yet. Oh, that's another thing. They should have sent some neck shims with this kit. They say that these necks are matched to the bodies, and they were both numbered. They were both numbered 69. But either I did something wrong leveling my frets, or they weren't matched, because I'm getting a lot of buzz on it, so I actually need to pitch my neck back a little bit. So I'm waiting on some shims that I ordered to do that. But anyways, just a few hopefully helpful tips to some of you who may be thinking about buying one of these DIY kits and building a guitar. Those are some of the lessons I learned. Quality fret leveler. Quality fret crowning file. And it's a lot more work than you think it is, but it'll be worth it because it'll be yours, right? And the torch tip cleaning files, because the nut slot files, like the cheapest ones I could find, were around $100 for a set. So this was $4. It takes quite a while. You got to grind for quite a while, but the good news is you won't overfile and make your nut slot too deep and ruin it and have to start over. So there you go, guys. I got another video coming up here in a couple days on, I have found the best amplifier that I think is the best pedal platform amplifier there is for a pedal board or for your modeler. I think it was overlooked by everybody because of the brand name on it. It might surprise you. So there's a little teaser for that. If you are an amp modeler guy, like you have a Kemper or a Helix or an Axe Effect, you're going to want to watch this, because this little tube amp that I found is the most versatile thing ever for your modeler, or just to have for your pedal board. And low cost and sounds great, does a bunch of stuff. Anyways, we'll get that to you next. Happy jamming, y'all.